Hey there gardeners, Chris from Garden Setting here today. I wanted to talk about something that's widely regarded as a really easy crop, a very quick crop to produce, and just something that a lot of people recommend, and is something that I was super keen to try out, but we have totally stuffed up, and that is radishes. And so the reason this was such an attractive option is because they can apparently be ready from seed in 4 to 6 weeks. You can buy seedlings from nurseries. The recommendation I saw was to just grow them from seed because transplanting seedlings is really not ideal for something that's kind of like a root vegetable like the radish. And we certainly found that to be true. Basically, we started with a whole heap of seeds in some seed trays. We grew them up, they were doing quite well, and then we transplanted them into this garden here. Now, what essentially happened is the vast majority of them died. They just absolutely died. Sorry, that was a big horsefly there. They hurt. So yeah, most of them died. We had a couple that survived, maybe 4 from probably 20. And so the whole corner of the garden here was planted out with those, and they just went. No good at all. So the follow-up to that was, okay, well, direct sowing is obviously the better way to do it. Now, what ended up happening is that area between the few surviving more established radishes was seeded out. However, the proper system of doing it was not followed, which is obviously you either want rows or you want to spread your seed out and you want to sow it so that it's not too heavily concentrated in one area. And then once your little shoots come up, you basically want to take out the ones that don't look as strong. So you want to thin it so that basically they all have the amount of space they need to produce. And the reason that's important is because this little section here is not really producing radishes. There are no radishes on it. They're just roots and they're just stems. Where there should be a radish, there is stem, like a little bit of red stem, but we have not got any radishes at all. And from what I can tell, heat can be a little bit of an issue. There's conflicting information. From what I've read, I should be able to grow them here, no issues whatsoever. And this should be a decent time of year to do it. However, I think our problem is that we massively overplanted. We didn't thin them, and as a result, they haven't been able to really produce radishes. I think we're probably going to get a couple of radishes out of 40 plants, something like that, which is ridiculous. This one here has actually gone to flower, and that again I think is, this was one of the original ones that went in early and it did survive, and it has a very small little radish on it. It's kind of like, it'd be smaller than the end of my little finger. And yeah, obviously, let's pull, ooh, okay, the top of the plant just came straight off in my hand. So that is the radish that's been in the ground the longest. And as you can see, that is the radish, and they should have a bigger radish on them than that. And that was the one that had gone to flower. And so you can see there's so much plant here and no radish. Very, very disappointing. We will take that inside and eat it. Personally, I prefer radishes pickled, and I pickle them myself. I've never grown them and pickled them. I've always had to buy them, and so that's what we're aiming for. We want a good crop of radishes so that we can pickle them ourselves because they last quite well. And then over the back here, that is one of the later planted radishes. As you can see here, there's no radish. I'm assuming that is where the radish should grow, where it's red, but we have no radishes. And these have been in for, I would say, at least 4 weeks, probably longer. And as I already mentioned, the attractiveness of growing radishes is they should be ready really, really quickly. So, and that's a reason why you might want a succession plant. So you might stagger your radish planting so that you're getting fresh radishes for longer. Now, as I said, we'll probably pickle ours when we get a proper crop, because that's how we like them, a quick pickle. So they don't last for years, but they're really nice. As far as other challenges that we faced, the big one has been pests. Caterpillars has been a huge problem. And so we did have to buy some, I think it was BT, basically a nematode that you can spray on that is, safe for eating. However, it takes care of those caterpillars. Very successful. I did need to reapply it because we've had a lot of rain and just because there was a succession of caterpillars. But this was being absolutely destroyed by caterpillars. It was quite disappointing. But once I got on top of just keeping an eye on it, and when I saw lots of caterpillars, I'd spray it with that stuff. No issues whatsoever. So that was a very effective way of dealing with that issue. You could, if you had a much thinner, which is what you want to aim for, radish patch, probably go in there and pull the caterpillars off by hand and dispose of them, give them to your birds or whatever. But yeah, as far as like a really easy way that, from what I understand, is fairly environmental with the nematodes, you can just spray it all. It'll take out those annoying little grubs and your radishes will grow really well. The problem we have is, as I've said, we have no radishes. No radishes at all. And yeah, it's not ideal. So learn from my mistakes. If you're going to go radishes, as I said, I would probably, and this is advice that I've seen other people sharing, like people who know way more than me, direct sow, so you're not replanting them, which is something that I've heard for radishes and for carrots. And to probably avoid, again, they were saying avoid buying the radish seedlings and the carrot seedlings from a nursery. Just buy seeds, do it yourself, straight into the ground. So that's definitely something that I will follow next time. And then more importantly, I would say kind of get some rows going for getting those radishes in the ground, and then thin them to make sure that you haven't overcrowded them, which will prevent you from getting any actual radishes. Again, be very aware of pests because the caterpillars absolutely love the radish leaves. In fact, one thing that I've heard people mentioning is to plant radishes so the pests go and eat your radishes and they leave your other more important crops alone. So that's another alternative that you can do. In this garden here, we've got the radishes. I'm not even sure what these are. They might be a weed. I'm genuinely not sure. We got a little, I think a capsicum or a chili, maybe a capsicum plant over in the corner there, or a chili plant. You can tell how good a practice I've, yeah, that's a chili over in the corner. We've got some cucumbers growing up the back, and we've got some beans as well. So this bed has actually been quite successful, apart from the mistakes that we've really made that have limited our success on the radishes. So as I said, hopefully learn from me. If you've got any advice how to do this better, let me know, because I'm really interested in how I can improve these things. We might see whether we can get some more radishes in and see how they go. Obviously we're heading into summer now and it's getting a lot hotter, which I believe can cause issues with them going to seed. But yeah, it's all a learning experience, and I guess it's not so much a failure as a stepping stone towards greater success, hopefully.